Alright, the real Redneck Reaper here, doing scary ghost stories. Got Kat here with me.
Yeah, me.
My beautiful wife. I'm a lucky guy. Definitely. Sitting here outside the house, enjoying a little campfire. Got a little full moon action going on there. So, because it's October, Halloween month.
And I tagged you in Trucker Scary Stories.
Yep. And I've been challenged to tell some of my scary stories from my years of trucking. Not going to say how many because it might date me a little bit. You'll think I'm an old man or something. I don't know. I don't want that. But I have seen some things while I was trucking that have definitely made me seriously think about different things. Kat has mentioned many times about Sasquatch. Well, my early years of trucking, when I was being trained, me and a very good friend of mine, I'll use a CB handled Ducky, we're driving in Colorado. He had a W900. So any truck drivers out there, you know what a W900 hood is. It's taller than me. I'm 6'3". And we were driving through the mountains. It was getting late. We were coming out of a town. I can't recall the town because it was a while ago. And we had this large black shadow run across the road on two legs in front of us, and I mean run like a sprinter. And its shoulders were above the hood of a W900. So for those of you who don't drive truck or know what a W900 hood looks like, it's one of those big square trucks, and the top of the hood, where the hood ornament is probably close to 7 feet. And this thing ran in front of us, and its shoulders were taller than 7 feet. So I'm figuring 9 feet maybe at the top of its head. It was big. And we're going down the road, and I seen it, and I was like, what the hell was that? We were both tired. He was driving at the end of his shift, and I was just waking up to start driving. And so we're both, I'm just waking up, and he's tired, so we're looking at this thing, and see it go across the road. And I didn't say anything because I thought I was like, oh, damn, maybe I shouldn't be driving today because I'm too tired or something. He looks over at me and he's like, please, God, tell me you just seen that. And I said, yeah, what the hell was it? And needless to say, he didn't go to sleep for about 4 hours that day. And we sat there and talked about it, trying to figure out what it was. He's like, was that a grizzly bear? And I'm like, grizzly bears can't run on 2 feet. And it was black. So, yep, Sasquatch is real. Definitely.
Ooh, the ghost of Chicago.
And for anybody who's a bit of a supernatural buff, ghost buff, and you've ever been by Resurrection Cemetery or read about Resurrection Cemetery, aka Resurrection Mary, I've actually got a couple stories about her. As a child, I remember my mom and dad talking about seeing her, as I used to live in Chicago, and I was raised there for a while. So my mom and dad talked about seeing her. Uh, they kind of joked that they had too much to drink that night. But years later, I was driving down there, and I seen her as well. Driving down the road, seen somebody walking on the side of the road, and as I went by, I looked in the mirror and they were gone. I'm like, my God, did I hit them? Where'd they go? What happened? And then I realized where I was. Realized I was, driving by Resurrection Cemetery there. And, yeah, so I'm pretty sure that was her. Unless it was a really fast person and they dodged out of the way as I went by. Maybe I was too close. If I was, sorry. I don't think that was the case at all, though.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The old guy.
Got actually quite a few scary stories from when I was growing up and as an adult. So I'm going to move on to seeing a trucking legend. Now, this trucking legend tends to come around to take everything away from you. Anyone who's an old school trucker has probably seen it. Anybody who has been driving truck for a while has definitely heard of it. A lot of people refer to it as the black dog. It can appear to you as a black dog, as any number of different things. Basically what it is you get out on the road, you get road weary. Sometimes it's because you're tired. Sometimes it's just because you're under a lot of stress. But I was driving through the desert. I've seen it a couple times. But
which desert?
It was in Arizona, coming out of Phoenix, heading back east. Don't remember the road. It was not an interstate. And it was late at night, probably 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I just made a delivery at a grocery warehouse. There's a horror story. Oh my God.
Any trucker knows that.
If you drive truck and been to a grocery warehouse or a Walmart, I'm sorry. I feel your pain. I've been there, done that. It sucks. But back to my story. I was driving down the road and I thought it was a flash of light or something. And then I seen a dark figure in the road, so I hit the brakes. I didn't know if it was a person or what it was. It kind of looked like a person. And just locked up the brakes. And the wood just fell in the fire. Oh, that got warm. So I had to stop, trying to figure out what it was. Did I hit it? Got out of the truck, walked around the truck, got back into the truck. I didn't see anything. There was no damage to the truck. Start back down the road. And about 10, 15 miles later, same thing, seeing the same thing. And I'm like, hold it, wait a minute. That's not right. So I slow down again and, poof, it disappears. And this time it was more of like a floaty figment type. I could tell my mind was, playing tricks on me. And so I got to the next truck stop and, got creative with my parking. I was that jerk parked next to the scale. And I pulled in there and slept for 8 hours, I think it was, and got up and went again because, driving those night shifts sometimes really messes with you. My second story about the black dog I was coming back from Superior, Wisconsin, heading south on 53. There's kind of a no man's land in there, and it was pretty dark, snowy night, so I was going relatively slow. And again, seeing what I thought was red eyes. And I'm like, whoa, what's that? So I slowed down. Thought maybe it was taillights, and slowed down. Backed her down to, I was only doing 50, 55 because it was snowing. It wasn't snowing real hard or anything, but enough to make the roads a little hazardous. And so I slowed down, backed her down to about 40, and continued on. Ended up speeding up again, and seen the red eyes again. And I seen them about 4 times. In that area, there really isn't any truck stops or anywhere for you to safely pull over, so I kind of had to push through it. So there's my 2 stories with the black dog. Yeah, I'm gonna go way back to my childhood. It's after my father passed away. My mom was dating this guy, and there was a duplex apartment 2 doors down from us, and there's this old guy that lived there, and he had fallen down the stairs and passed away. And he lived in the upstairs unit. So a new family moved in about a month or 2 after he had passed away. And they had kids about my age, so of course, trying to be the little social person I was, wanted somebody to play with, hang out with, whatever you want to call it. Went over there and, knocked on the door, and of course, well, it was a downstairs door, so I had to open the door to go knock on the door, which was upstairs. I opened the door, started up the stairs, looked up the stairs, and there was an oily figure. You know how oil looks in a puddle? Well, except it was coming down the stairs. And, it had a face, and, couldn't make out features real good or anything, but, it was like floating down the stairs. And needless to say, my little butt ran home. I was scared. Never seen anything like that before. I was scared. I wasn't playing. I was just going home as fast as I could. Been out in the woods hunting many a times, and get done hunting, taking your tree stand down, getting your gun all packed up, or your bow, whichever you're doing, because I do both. Getting everything all packed up so I could leave, and man, the creepy noises you hear out there at night, stuff moving around, bad feelings you get, your mind will start running away with you. You think you've seen something, think you heard something, start getting jumpy. Yeah, that's a pretty scary time. But they're all good times. Trying to think of others. I know I probably got a couple more. There might be a part 2 to this yet. So if you've got your own scary stories, please comment, tag me in them. I'd be happy to comment on your page. Definitely like and share. Hit the little dingy bell, not me. Don't hit this ding bell. But yeah, like and subscribe. please share your scary stories. And thank you to my incredibly beautiful wife, Kat, for getting me going on this. I've enjoyed doing these videos so far, and I definitely am going to continue. So for everybody out there, please, again, like, share, hit the dingy bell, subscribe. I've got my Instagram channel going. Soon I should have a Facebook page. So, you know, come on over there, visit me, check things out. Always doing something mechanical or going hunting or going out in the woods. Just, you know, general redneck stuff. So, y'all have a good night. Hopefully, some of you are enjoying a campfire like I am on a night like tonight. And be safe. Have fun. Thank you.